Hey, welcome back to My Name is Alex. As always, I always appreciate you guys the most. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Now, I actually saw this really awesome thing that you guys should try out, and anyone can do this. This is what makes it so brilliant. As you guys already were aware, we can sell digital products, blah, blah, we know that, but you can also make a lot of money on ebooks. And there's another way you can take this approach on ebooks, which I think you guys will find very exciting. So let me walk you through it. Now, there's a website called medium.com. Medium.com will allow you to write as many stories. It's like a blogging site, basically. I think it's free to join, if I'm correct, and you can kind of write as many things as you want. That will build its own following. That's kind of free. I believe it's definitely free. You can maybe build your own stories and people follow from there. And from medium.com, once they read your stories, that becomes your platform that gains all the traffic that you need. Then you can bring it into your main platforms where you sell your stuff. So it could be, Stan.com, it could be Etsy, it could be basically or Gumroad. Basically, there's other sites too you can use to help kind of sell your digital product or your ebook, but in this case it's ebooks related. It's a very strong way of doing so. So with medium.com, go on there first, especially if you're a writer, but there's a better way of doing it. Say you're not a very good writer and you always have problems with grammar and all those other issues and all those problems. And yeah, I know there's ChatGPT and all those other stuff, but I think there's a better way of approaching this, and we forget that we can do this. Now, those who are consultants, those who have done training for other people, those who did this, and even those who haven't done this, what we forget is the power of, let's say, for example, Zoom, or it's the power of normal chat calls, the other platform that uses chat. The thing is, though, with these type of platforms, it provides a transcript, right? We forget about this, and the transcript records our interaction with our clients directly, no matter if it's a fake person or a group of people or whatever it may be, private or non-private, preferably not private because you want to keep them due to security reasons and you want to breach any law binding, blah, 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 you know that, but crossing that matter across, forget about that. The idea is this: you guys will have a skill. You have things that that's going to be better than someone else, that you know a little bit more than someone else, that you're a guru or godlike figure in whatever field you may be in. Whatever it may be in, it's something you can share and someone wants to know about because that's knowledge that they don't have. They want to feed on it. And that is money generation right there, guys. That's money to be made. The thing is, though, what you forget is that with your calls you have with clients, it's a Zoom call or chat type of calls, whatever, that transcript is valuable. That's gold. It's actual, real, raw data and information and done in a way, in a format where it's written in a way where it's a live chat. And to be honest, that's how you do it. So in these ebooks, instead of using ChatGPT and you write a point down, blah, 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 these are real, genuine from you. It's from you and your direct experience with someone else, that direct contact. And that transcript is your direct talk about your techniques and your skills right from A to Z. And that is your real self. That's your real raw self giving, valid data and experience that you have that only you can share. And that, I feel, it was even more powerful than using some generating AI stuff that does the whole thing for you, but not quite being you. And so your transcripts in itself is already its own ebook. Now, hear me out. Now you know that part. You can use that, chuck it onto your medium.com, being that site to gain your traffic. That should be free. I'm pretty sure it is. You go on there or now a platform just like that because it's basically a blogging platform that brings full traffic. Now you feed them what they need to hear to get them rolling. So the idea is not to feed them the entire carrot. No, you're dangling a carrot on the customer, on that potential buyer, because you're feeding them into what they need. Now, as all things, it's important. The whole idea, the whole concept is to hit a key pain point that someone needs resolving. So you can do that research. It's empowering to you and the topics that you're strong at, or you're very prolific about. Now, you don't technically have to be a guru. And yeah, I kind of point out more consultants here, aid workers or so forth, or even if you have hobbies that you're like super pro at. But this is another thing as well. You don't technically need to be. Now, remember I said in past videos, and if those who don't, you can read up things. You can read a book, for instance, and you learn it right straight from A to Z. Now you can actually generate that as an ebook because you may be clearing out key pointers that someone couldn't have before. Walk them through it and guide them through it, and then it technically becomes an ebook they want to buy out that you can sell for like $10, $20 or $30 or whatever amount you want to pay for. This is, of course, my currency payments, but it's your choice. The idea is that you're generating leads for Medium.com, created by the transcripts that you made from actual genuine calls that you had with clients, either on Zoom call or other chat platforms, and using those transcripts to then be able to generate them into ebooks. Then you can be able to sell on platforms like Gumroad or Stanmore, and then that then actually generates people that actually follows you. So it's such a smart way. It's such an easy concept that sometimes we just forget. So I can tell you right now, you can get off this call, jump on, and you can do it right away. Start saving all your transcripts, and if it plays some role, or if you need to get into something that you don't really know, well then, like I said, reading a book or learning something that you find interesting is also a material that you can use. You don't technically have to know something off the bat. You just have to be intrigued and you want to learn, because the more you want to learn, someone else wants to learn it too. And they're willing to pay for that knowledge, because when you spend the hours putting all the hours in, becoming a bit more of a guru in the field, or more of an expert or a teacher in that area, not exactly being a godlike figure in it, but no more than the average person, that average person is now going to reach out for you because you've got knowledge to share, right? So they're willing to pay for it, such as, for examples, I said before, like, I don't know, creating 10 lunches under $50. Making it easy for mums that have troubled kids in the supermarket on a daily basis. Helping teachers deal with stress. There's a lot of different small topics that may not seem like a lot to you, but once you deep dive yourself into it, and you actually go into and you do your own research and become more prolific in the area, or it could be just if you're an IT expert, right, and you're doing certain fields, there's a lot of questions that are asked all the time. If you ask those general questions, you're generating ebooks that are simple guides for a user to use without stressing out. Because don't you have those general calls with a user on the phone, and they're constantly calling you, hey, this is Greg from IT. What would you like me to help you with today? Blah blah blah. I don't know how to get into this. Don't know how to do that. Well, did you know that in itself is an ebook? It's surprising. Or you might be a health consultant, or someone in nutrition, or someone doing the gym. There's a lot of profession that's already out there that you can already use your transcripts, your actual direct calls, which is real, raw, and it's all you. That's the beauty of it. It's you and its uniqueness, because it's not a generate AI GPT stuff. No, it's you. It's you as your whole, and that transcript is gold. It's absolute gold for you. Build your ebooks out, then you can start selling it right away. And you're going to be generating a good lead for Medium.com. So I'll leave a link down below, but definitely go to it. Medium.com is a great site to start building up, but there are many other blogging sites like this. It doesn't mean you have to use this one alone. And I even recommend you to go into multiple if you can, because that's more traffic. The more traffic you generate, what happens? More income, right? More actual leads, and they're going to go, wow, you're someone of interest, you're someone of knowledge in the field that I want to learn. So they're more willing to go into your stores and buy your stuff. And then that's more money made for you. And again, as I constantly say, I'm not promising you riches, not at all. I'm never saying that, I never will. But I do promise you, you will make some money from it. If you just work at it, slowly build at it, it will take time, it's not immediate. But when you do, you will start generating income, as long as it's a topic of interest, right? Because in the end of the day, it needs to reach to certain target groups. So hopefully, by using things like Medium.com or other sites like this, you're building your own little niche, right? You're being very focused. Try not to go too randomly. You need to start focusing. It needs to be a main thing. You have to treat these blogs as if it's like a YouTube, right? And then with YouTube, or even with a business, you have your focus audience, your target key groups of people that you're trying to generate here, because they're going to become your main leads. It's just the same way, guys. Follow the same method. Don't go random. Going tangent is failure for all businesses alike. It doesn't make any difference. If you do this and you go off tangent, you're going to lose that type of people you're after, because there is a group of people you're after and you're targeting here, and they want to find something. They're hungry for your knowledge and what you want to share, and that's the cool part. You can do that. You only have to be a few steps ahead of someone. It's not about being a godlike figure. It's not about being, a guru. It's not about being that. It's just being about a few steps ahead of someone else that you can definitely share with them, because they can be able to solve a pain point. So then they become your leads, and then therefore generating income for you. Money in your pocket may not make you riches, but it still make you extra cash. And I think that goes a long way compared to most things out there today. Yeah. All right. As always, hopefully that's been useful for you. I'll leave some links down below, and if you share the same niche, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. We can have a chat, go on a Zoom call. I think it'll be brilliant. And as always, if you can leave a like, subscribe, put a comment down below, that really helps me a lot to continue this. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of My Name is Alex. And as always, thank you so much. See you guys and take care now. Bye bye.